Welcome to the Not So Random Ass Wrestling Podcast. I'm your one random asshole, Dustin Rhoads. Here's the other random asshole,
Christopher Steele.
Welcome to the ring.
We just finished NXT Takeover Brooklyn 3. First thing I want to say before getting into any of the show,
right,
is next year SummerSlam's coming from New York. The same arena.
Brooklyn 4.
So Brooklyn 4. I'm thinking it's just going to be every year from now on.
Yeah.
Because Brooklyn is NXT's WrestleMania.
Yep.
So that'll probably be what's going to happen there. Now let's get into, a little bit into the show. Excellent
show. Out of 5, what do you star-wise? What would you give it?
Actually, 4.
Yeah, 4.5. Yeah, I was gonna go about 4.5 because out of the 5 matches, all relatively tight.
Yeah,
great storytelling from beginning to end.
NXT is actually where it's at.
Yes.
They know how to do it. Triple H
knows how to run a show.
Knows how to run the show. Let him take over Raw. Let him take over. Vince step down.
Vince step down before nature steps you down.
Yes.
We don't want to see you go, but I'd rather watch you go than watch any more of this crap that you're putting out.
Triple H, give it to Triple H. Come on. I think even Shane knows Triple H.
Dude, did you see the birthday card that Vince sent Triple H? Triple H posted it on Twitter.
No.
It says, "I finally have a son I can be proud of."
Oh shit!
Love, Dad. I was like, oh damn, that's a dig! Holy crap, man!
Wow. But
unless Vince is positive that Shane ain't his.
Oh, I think Shane is his.
Oh yeah, they look so much alike. Yeah. Fuck
you can see too much resemblance.
Let's see. First match, Almas versus Johnny Gargano.
I was kind of disappointed that Gargano
lost.
Got screwed.
Yeah.
Got screwed.
Though I do like that they still carried on the feud of him and Ciampa using it without Ciampa even being
right.
There. He's like got hit with a ghost from his past, and that T-shirt hit him in the chest. He's like, "What the?" And it's just like a good storytelling.
Yes. The DIY or not DIY the
Authors of Pain.
Authors of Pain
versus Sanity. That blew my frickin' hair back, dude. I was not expecting that.
And if you haven't watched it yet, spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
I was not expecting.
Authors of Pain to lose those titles at all.
Right. Then again, we just discussed their transition.
Right.
They're
moving out fast. Sanity?
Sanity is transitional champions.
Oh, yeah.
They're
at the end of that match, kind of shows you to who, too.
Right.
Red Dragon, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish made their team debut, technically. Like, they showed up and cleaned house.
Yes.
Everybody got their ass whipped.
Do you think Authors of Pain are going up?
Yes. I think SmackDown probably where they're headed as well. Even though Raw needs tag teams.
Maybe Raw.
I can see it going to Raw, but they got a lot of bruisers on that roster.
So we have that. The Aleister Black, Hideo Itami match. Of course, Aleister Black won.
Yes.
Knew that was going to happen.
Hideo's on his way out. It's the only way for them to do it, and
unless by some miracle
They get him to sign again.
They get him to re-sign, maybe for a year, and then move him up.
Right.
That's the only way
he's coming.
He's gonna be winning any matches anytime.
So that was the third match. Fourth match, Asuka defeats Ember Moon by submission, no less.
Right. That shocks me because
I was expecting Ember to go over and Asuka to move up.
Right. Maybe we can only hope that Asuka's like, fuck it. I have no challengers. There's nobody. I'm vacating the title. I'm leaving.
I can see it happening. I really can.
There's only been one champion
to lay down their belt
to relinquish the title in NXT that I know of, and that's Paige.
Yeah.
And Paige relinquished it because she had the Divas Championship.
Right. Which they almost went that same route with KO with the U.S. title, but had him give it up at Beast in the East.
And then Bobby Roode versus the Chosen One,
Drew McIntyre. Which blew my fucking mind that he won the belt from Bobby Roode. What the? What?
There's not going to be a rematch. I don't see it.
No.
I don't. I just see him straight up. Hopefully SmackDown. SmackDown needs more. Because John Cena's part-time.
Yeah. Yep.
KO and AJ Styles are in mid-card right now.
Yeah.
You got Jinder Mahal as the champ.
Which I think is changing tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Spoilers.
So you kind of need
more main event stars up in there.
Somebody big. And how? Bobby Roode versus Shinsuke again?
Oh, that would be great for the world title, man. Holy shit, that would be great.
Exactly. I beat you for the NXT title. I'm shooting straight up to the top.
I'm shooting right for you. I already beat you once. I could beat you again.
I beat you more than once.
Right? You did.
Because you had the rematch too.
Yeah.
So that. Oh, and then the Kingdom coming out.
Yes. And Adam Cole and Red Dragon demolishing Drew McIntyre.
Yes.
Just demolished him. So good. So good.
So Drew McIntyre's transitional champion as well.
Yep. That's what it's looking like. That's what it's looking like.
So that being said, did you happen to catch the cash-in?
Yes.
I hate to be. I was like, yes, you guys screwed over.
Funny side note: all three failed cash-ins. John Cena was a part of. Just wanted to throw that one out there.
Yeah. I knew. Was it Cesaro?
No, Sandow.
How?
Cena's the first one to cash in and fail, and then Sandow attacked Cena when Cena was out talking, beat the shit out of him, cashed in, and lost.
Okay.
And then yeah.
And actually, Cena, it wasn't really Cena's fault. Cena was just finally getting up, and didn't even realize what happened.
Right.
But I was like, oh shit, that is great. Even though I hate Jinder Mahal as champion,
still,
I was just like, oh yeah. Because, let's face it, Baron Corbin is a mid-carder.
Yeah. Yes.
He's not anything more than a mid-carder right now. Right now.
Right, at this moment.
And how do I put this? He's a mid-carder that has success, but
barely.
How he like winning the Money in the Bank and winning the Andre the Giant Memorial. Let's face it. Has anybody done anything that's won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal?
Cesaro. He's the only one that has won it and really made anything out of it.
And Daryl, he didn't really do.
He didn't make anything out of the win, but the win was definitely paramount to him getting a little more views from the higher ups than paying attention to him.
Big Show. It's basically almost a kiss of death.
Yeah. Pretty much.
You're almost relegated to mid-card.
Yeah. You are relegated to mid-card pretty much.
Oh, I won the Andre the Giant. Shit! I'm a mid-carder now. That's all it is. Mojo Riley hasn't done anything.
Right?
So I don't. So they've added a few matches to tonight.
Yes.
Oh, and one other thing. On SummerSlam, on our discussion on it from last week, I changed my mind on the one match.
Which one?
The Cruiserweight title?
Yeah.
Neville's trying to get it back.
Think?
Yeah. He is the king of the Cruiserweights anyway.
Right. I mean, I could see it going either way, honestly.
I could too.
I cannot believe they stole my fucking angle with The Miz, though.
You're still upset by it.
I am still kind of pissed at that.
Still kind of salty about it.
Literally, yeah. All the flavors in the world. I choose to be salty.
But they've added the title match. Tag team title match, I mean.
Yes.
So who do you think's going to win?
Wait.
The Raw tag team title match.
What's that on here? Oh, there it is. Yeah. It's going to be Ambrose and Rollins, dude.
Yeah.
It's going to be. The only way it's not going to be is if Ambrose turns heel and attacks Rollins. Is like, haha, screw you, payback. And they've already kind of angled. He's like, well, I don't want to be known as a bad guy for doing this.
Right.
He's totally going to be known as a bad guy for doing this, though. I hope if he does turn, I hope it leads to a very more unstable version of Dean Ambrose. Like Steve Austin, unstable. Like, just comes to the ring, attacks everyone, and leaves.
I could see it, but I'd see the win.
Yeah, I'd rather see the Shield get back together, honestly. They still had another good year and a half of run on them when they got fucking demolished in the first place.
And then maybe, like you said, they fuck over everybody.
Roman Reigns makes a heel turn, even though everyone in the audience is going to be going, yeah! Yeah.
They demolish everybody.
I hope so. Honestly, what I really hope happens is the Shield gets back together, and just as they're about to annihilate everyone, the lights go out, and they come back up, and Undertaker's standing right behind Lesnar. Fucking boom! Blam! Finish him! Chokeslams him, walks out, like points at Roman, says, finish him! Like handing over the keys of the gates to the freaking big yard over to Roman, making his final appearance because, I don't know, some people have gotten some pictures of Taker flying at the airport in Texas, flying to New York, and landing in New York, and coming off that plane, he's got a big old bag behind him, and looks like he's got his gear. If Taker shows up and does it, I will be so happy.
So, we got that. to look forward to.
Cena Corbin, Finn and Bray. That one might be alright. I didn't particularly care for the bloodbath. I kind of was hoping that
it's not just...
It's Demon Finn.
It's the Demon Finn Balor. Which...
I know. The thing is, I saw that... I saw a little bit of that build up, and that kind of pissed me off. Like, pours the blood on him, and then, like, Finn comes out of Angle's room, and he's all like... He basically alludes that the demon's going to show up, and then 2 seconds later, like, the demon coming to SummerSlam. Let the anticipation build. Don't ruin it. Fuck, right. Vince. Like, that's one thing. If I could just get in a room with all the higher-ups in WWE, I'd be like, okay, we're not stupid.
All right.
Even the kids aren't stupid. They knew it was coming. Don't ruin it. It gives... Let us anticipate. The anticipation's half the fun of why we tune in.
You don't watch it live.
No, I don't.
So, they did wait a little bit.
Not very long. Like, barely a half hour before they were throwing up the chyron of the Demon versus Bray. And it's like, come on, shut up. With the bloodbath, my big beef with that is they should have done the Wyatt screamy thing, and then all of a sudden he's there laying bloody, like flopping in this pile of blood.
That too.
But him just going and like slowly drizzling it on him. It was like, dude, are you buttering popcorn or doing a bloodbath?
Actually, they didn't say it was bloodbath.
No, it was a viscous, acidic liquid. It's fucking blood. They can't say blood, but it's fucking blood. They didn't want to do it as a bloodbath.
Why did they call it acidic?
Because human blood is higher in acid than it is in alkalins. It's the only reason that they went that route.
It's a bloodbath.
It's a bloodbath. It really was. The lights should have went out. We should have got a...
Why can't you call it bloodbath?
PG.
I thought they were getting rid of that.
Yeah, same thing I thought too. But no, you're going to keep it.
Anyway... The show should be good.
Should be alright, yeah. We got some... there's a lot of matches I really want to see. Oddly enough.
Right.
There's like 4 that I really don't give a shit about. The Hardys and Jason Jordan against the Miztourage. I don't care.
Pre-show, hopefully.
Yeah, that's a pre-show match. Tozawa and Neville.
Pre-show, hopefully.
Yep. As much as I like Naomi and Natty, I've got no interest in that because I know Natty's winning it.
Actually,
transitional because Naomi's got atomic heat backstage from getting into a fight with JBL.
I think that will turn out better than you think.
I hope it does. I really do.
I'm thinking cash in.
That would be nice.
Carmella's gonna end up champion at the end of the night. And
the number 4 match that I really don't care about. I like both people in it. I just don't care. Randy Orton and Rusev.
Earlier in the card.
Right. I honestly don't care about Big Show and Big Cass unless the big twist is that Enzo's going to drop out of the freaking cage on top of Big Show, fucking him over and becoming heel as well.
No.
Like siding with Cass. Like, you're right, I am a loudmouth piece of shit. Yeah, I really should stop being that.
Actually, I've heard he may be going back to NXT.
I've heard even further that they're looking to end it with him because he's roundly hated by most everyone backstage.
Really?
Yeah, because he's a lot like the character that he is not a character. He is a loudmouth. Talks so much shit he could drown in it.
But you really think it is not a character, or do you think
he stays in character that?
He just stays in character.
I think it's non-character. I think that's him, because I've seen fucking podcasts or heard podcasts with him, and he's still exactly the same, spouting off.
But he could be like Dean Ambrose.
He could be, but Dean Ambrose on Talk Is Jericho comes out of character. When they do Talk Is Jericho, they come out of character and talk as a person. You know, and Enzo was
but was a dick to Stone Cold?
Stone Cold is asking questions he asked him not to go into. Don't ask about my personal life. I don't want to go into it. I don't want to throw my dad under the bus. I don't want to throw my grandparents under the bus. And Steve's just like, well, fuck you, I'm going to do what I want. And Dean's like, all right, you do it like you want, and I'm going to shove it right up your ass. Don't ask about my family. Ask it. He could have asked any other question about his history. Just leave his family the fuck out of it. He disowned them when he was 16. He doesn't want to go back to that.
Right.
So when you ask questions that piss a person off, they're going to give you a shitty response. And Jericho's like, I saw what happened. I'm not going to ask the questions that people want to know the answers to, so I'm just going to ask other questions. And kept it all about his wrestling career and what he was, kept it about him, but not about his family, because that's clearly a sore spot. And Vince punishing Austin for it. I mean, we have not had one since, and we had 4 advertised coming up after that, and we have not had one since.
Right.
Like, come on now. Don't fuck with this, Vince. Bring it back.
Right. Just don't book Ambrose.
Yeah, don't put Dean on the spot like that. He doesn't like it.
And it wasn't even bad. It
just got awkward really fast. Like, Steve was like, I'm going to ask these questions, and Dean's like, you keep asking these questions, I'm going to come across this table and kick your fucking head in. Like, you could feel the animosity between the two. As soon as that camera went off, Dean was like, I'm done with you. Fuck off. And just, like, gone. You could see it boiling in his fucking head.
Actually, he was looking like he was getting ready to take off no matter what.
Yeah. He really did look fucking super pissed. And for good reason. When you tell someone not to do something and they go right ahead and do it anyway.
But
it's kind of insulting.
Do you think it was Stone Cold? Or do you think Stone Cold was...
Oh, it was definitely Steve. Steve was in complete control of his podcasts. That was the way I listened to the non-WWE Steve Austin show. And he said when they offered me to do the podcast, I specifically said I want creative control. I ask all the questions. I write my own questions. I don't need any of your involvement other than setting up cameras and shooting the shit. And, well, it kind of blew up in his face when he started asking questions that someone didn't want to answer. Like,
technically, then, it's not... It is more Ambrose's fault, then.
Yes and no.
Because he's going to ask questions.
Right. But when you say, don't ask about my family... And you dive in, so your dad was abusive, huh? And it's like, whoa, did I just not say before this shit started, don't ask me about my family? That's like... That would be like someone going to Austin and Austin be like, don't ask me about the domestic violence things, and then someone coming up to him and go, so why'd you beat Deborah? Like, it's gonna piss him off.
Why you think Dean Ambrose would have been a smart ass? Well, I don't know. How does it feel when you beat your wife?
Right. That would have been, if I was Dean, that's exactly what I'd have done. So your dad was abusive, huh? Yeah, like you with Deborah. I remember reading about that. So how did that go?
That would have been even better.
That might have been what Austin was bucking for. He might have been. Let's see how big his balls are. Let's see if he will step on toes. And Dean's the type where he's like, you're a vet. I'm not going to step on the toes of a veteran and be deemed a fucking asshole by the internet marks because I don't know how to show respect. So I'm just going to sit here and shut my mouth and take your disrespect with a grain of salt. Look like I'm going to punch you in the face.
But he should have went...
He should have went right back at him.
Back at him instead of looking like a bitch.
Yeah, he really did. Just by
or coming off as a bitch.
As like a prima donna diva, like... I don't want to talk about that.
I don't want to talk about it. So, guess what? Your show is canceled. Fuck you. No, I'm... Now you make Dean look like an asshole.
Right.
For getting the show canceled.
Right. And it's... that's on all of them, honestly. That's on everybody that was there. Vince, you're sitting there at the producer thing. You heard him ask him not to fucking say it. You would have had to have. He's literally in the Jericho podcast. He's like, I was just sitting down and said, please don't ask me anything about my family. Like, you right there in front of him. Vince is right there. It was heard. So right. Vince was just like, fucking go for it. Piss him off. Fine.
And like I said, You should have just went for it.
Yep, you should have went balls out right back to him.
Yeah, my dad beat me, but like you beat Deborah.
Right. And the thing was, though, Dean even explained on the Jericho podcast, he's like, I didn't want it to come out on the network where anybody could just go back and watch it, where kids could see it, the kind of crap that he went through. And it wasn't a physical abuse. That was the thing. It was all mental abuse. You're a piece of shit, you're worthless, you're never going to be nothing. By the time he was 16, it's like, fuck you. I'm going to go live with my best friend. I'm going to go back to school, drop out of there, fucking go to wrestling school, and fucking do it right. Oh. He just didn't want it on the network, was more or less his biggest issue. Was he didn't want his private life to be confused with kayfabe. Right. I'm my own person. This is the Jonathan Good story, not the Dean Ambrose story. Two totally different people.
Right.
I can see where he would get pissed off, but I can also see where Austin is going to push those buttons because that's what Austin does. He pushes buttons on everybody. You think if he's going to push buttons on Vince, you think you're safe?
Right.
It's not going to happen, dude.
Right, and like you said, he pushes buttons, push
back. Yeah, exactly. And that's probably what Steve was trying to get him to do. Because Austin even said, you need to take it up a notch. Show us what you got. Don't just...
Right.
And that's I think what he was doing was trying to make him take it up that notch, make the realism, make it feel real, and he made it feel a little too real.
It made everybody uncomfortable.
Right.
You watching it.
Definitely, dude. The only other time I was that uncomfortable watching the Stone Cold podcast is when Big Show was on there and would not stop cussing, and you could just see Steve like, please shut up, dude. You're going to get me kicked off.
I don't know. It did get a little uncomfortable with Paul Heyman.
Right, dude. But see, Paul and Steve have a rapport with one another where they can go into character and not offend the other person.
I think he was offended, though.
Who, Austin was offended? Oh, yeah. Austin was pissed, dude.
By what and that's why he's like, hey, I'll just go. I think you better.
And the damnedest part was, a couple months later, he had Heyman on on his regular podcast, and he's
right.
Like,
he was like, calm down and everything.
He was like, so are you really mad at me? He's like, I'm about to come across that table at you, son. You don't tell me I couldn't beat Brock. I could hand Brock his ass today. It's like,
could too.
He really could. I think, dude, I could hand Brock his ass, but that's just me.
Right. Brock.
He's overrated.
Overrated.
He's overrated like Superman is OP, okay?
This is... Like you said, you have 2K17.
Yes.
Put everybody at 100.
Yep, max everybody's stats, everyone's even.
Everybody's even. Guess what?
Brock loses to everybody.
Enzo Amore
has. Enzo beat him for the IC title. Dude, Xavier Woods beat Randy Orton, okay? For the WWE Championship. It's just like, if you put everyone even, the better moves are going to win. And all of these smaller guys have way better moves.
They do.
These beasts of, I can... Who cares what you can? Unless you can Cesaro, you can't do shit, bud.
Right. There's certain big guys.
The Strowmans,
Strowman, and even Strowman is a little...
One note.
I'm thinking...
Put it.
I'm thinking, and this is NXT, Authors of Pain.
Yes.
They're actually more balanced.
Yeah. Yes.
And they're big guys.
But they won't hesitate to fly off that top rope and put all 300 pounds of it right on you.
Right. That's how I'm thinking.
After watching NXT, I've become a fan of the AOP. Authors of Pain, as far as in-ring goes, they need new character. They need something to distinguish them from just being, we're the new Road Warriors. That's pretty much what they're trying to be. But they're safe. That's the thing I enjoy. I enjoy watching them knowing that no one's going to get hurt intentionally. The only time they did get hurt was on their first intro, their first time in when they did that ricochet powerbomb, and Akam landed the dude's head right on the other guy's head. It's going to happen. You're doing 2 blind power bombs. You can't see anything.
Right.
It should have been ricochet off each other and then each turn to the side and boom. And you notice they haven't done it since. They've isolated it down to we 2-man people. You know, pick him up for a suplex. The other guy grabs him by the hips and brings him right to his shoulder instead of letting him fall. Could be injuring his back. I mean, they step by step they take care of him the whole way through.
Yes.
They are the Bret Harts of this next generation, and we'll hope that they don't run into some Goldbergs.
They do new characters.
Yes. Honestly, what they should do is at the next NXT, turn on Paul.
Yes.
Leave him in a puddle of his own shit.
If they're not moved up.
If they are moved up, that's how they should move up. Is Paul Ellering going to introduce the two, and they come down and just demolish him? We don't need a governor on us. We don't need it. We're bigger, we're badder, we're tougher than anybody here. Right. We set the bar. Then Sheamus and Cesaro's music hit. Boom, first feud.
Yeah, that works.
See, less than 5 minutes, I've already booked them a solid feud and a great way in, and you damn well know Vince and Patterson and all those guys are going to sit around with their dicks in their hands and fuck it up. Triple H gives these guys a golden entrance in, and then Vince is just like, let's shit all over what Triple H has done. Ty Dillinger. That pissed me off. He shows up at Royal Rumble, gets the whole 10 intro, just what everybody wanted, and then goes back to NXT for 3 months before he shows up on SmackDown. No! He showed up at fucking Royal Rumble. He should have not ever gone back to NXT. Right. Waited that 3 months and just shows up. Like, for Open Challenge, like Kevin Owens' Open Challenge. Would have been a great one. But he's Canadian too, isn't he?
I don't know.
Neither do I, but
it don't matter.
It really doesn't. Because the title is what's more important.
Alright, so we already picked last week.
Yep.
So let's see. You got anything for this week?
As far as picks? Or as far as just like anything to do with wrestling?
You got anything for wrestling? Indies?
Actually, we pretty much covered that. The big news is that the Red Dragon and Adam Cole have abandoned the Indies to go to NXT. Adam Cole was ousted from the Bullet Club a couple weeks ago. The G1 was fucking amazing. Almost 14 days straight of wrestling. Nothing really of mad importance. No real big. Bubba showed up on Ring of Honor. Bully Ray is now wrestling in Ring of Honor, so I don't know what that means. I'm thinking Ring of Honor is actually the new developmental for WWE.
Right.
Because they start there, and then we'll bring you to NXT. They bring them to NXT to get them used to the rings and doing the entrances, with all the ramps and whatnot, and then boom, they're on the main roster is big shit now.
I hope.
He is Canadian.
I kind of hope Sanity loses the titles pretty quickly.
Yeah, I hope Red Dragon just next week just swipes it right off.
Not just that. Eric Young.
EY needs to go up for certain.
Needs to go up for certain. And maybe Nikki
Boom!
Cross.
Right there. Send Eric Young and Nikki Cross to SmackDown. Have them attack Ty Dillinger.
Nope. Mike Canales.
Canales picks up a feud with Zayn.
Already has that, and that's going nowhere.
Kinda. It can go somewhere if they actually play their cards right.
They don't, so
yeah, you're right. They never will.
Let's get rid of it.
But just somehow get Ty Dillinger to work with Eric Young because Eric Young trained Ty Dillinger, and you know that they would have a good rapport in the ring with one another.
One other thing, I do believe that Billy Kay,
yes,
and No Way Jose
are moving
up because
they were spotted.
They were in
the
general
manager's booth.
Well, yeah, basically.
Who's Billy Kay's partner, though? Because she was there, too. They were both sitting with Daniel.
Mandy
Rose?
Yeah, I think so.
Because they were both sitting there talking to Daniel, and he's just like, please shut up. Please shut up. If I acknowledge you, Bria's going to kill me. Please shut up. Please shut up.
So, they're instead of being in the locker room or area, they are sitting with WWE people.
Right.
So, I have a feeling that means they're moving up right now.
Could hope.
No way Jose needs a better gimmick.
I know. I totally agree.
Like,
he's a great wrestler.
He is.
Phenomenal wrestler, but
that No Way Jose is stupid.
It is. It is really dumb.
I hope he becomes something else.
Well, he used to wrestle under his real name, which is Levis Valenzuela Jr., which I can see how that would be a pain in the ass to say. But he also wrestled under the name Manny Garcia and No Way Jose. Like, those are his only wrestling names. Fucking give him something new.
Right.
Let him be, like, Jose Manuela Garcia or something. Like, no! Jose Del Rio.
Jose, can you see?
Jose, can you see? Yes, make him a Mexican-American. Where he's like, Jose, can you see? Comes down to the national anthem done by a Spanish person, so it's all, like, really butchered.
Jose, can you see? It's No Way Jose.
Right.
That'd be a better gimmick anyway.
It really would be. It really would be.
Jose, can you see?
Jose.
What anybody supposed to see? By the dawn's early night. Alright, so you got anything for this week? Pick one.
Not particularly. Let's see. Okay. Best knockoff gimmicks. Whereas intentionally a knockoff of someone else's gimmick. The best ones. Not just the best, like, just top 3, good or bad, rip-off gimmicks. And I'll start. Renegade. Direct knockoff of Ultimate Warrior.
Demolition.
That's a good one too.
Yes, it is. They say they try to say it's not.
Totally
but
is.
It's definitely
metal spikes and face paint. You're freaking ripping off LOD.
Right.
I'll go with Hunter Hearst Helmsley being a knockoff of Lord Steven Regal.
I just had it, but I lost it.
It'll come back.
Abyss.
Abyss?
Abyss.
Being a knockoff of Mankind?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. My number 3 will be the Young Bucks being a knockoff of the Rockers.
We could say that about the Hardy Boys, too.
Yeah, but the Hardy Boys at least turned it into something original. The Young Bucks are just like, we're both Sean, dude! That's just like, that's their gimmick.
No, there was somebody ECW I was thinking of, but I can't think of. Cactus Jack was almost a rip-off of his best friend, Chainsaw Charlie.
Oh, yeah? Cactus Jack's a total rip-off of Terry Funk, dude. He even says it in his book. He's like, Cactus Jack was me watching Terry Funk going, I can do that.
Right. So how about that one?
There you go, Cactus Jack and Terry Funk. There we go. Perfect.
All right, so until next time.
Keep it not so random and,
ring the bell.
Peace.